Hey you guys, and welcome to another book haul. Yes, book hauls. So a while back my library had a sale going on, and at first I wasn't gonna go, but then later, like a couple hours later, I finally decided to go, and they were selling all the books for 10 cents, and I sort of had wished that, man, I wish I got there earlier. But so yeah, I'm going to show you the books that I got, and it's a library, so they're kind of fairly old, but I found some in quite good condition. The first book that I got was Interview with the Vampire by Anne Rice, and I've already read this series, and I used to own them, but somebody borrowed them and never gave them back. So for those of you who don't know, this follows the vampire, which one? Lewis, and he's telling his story to a reporter about how he became a vampire. So that's it. And yeah, so there's a movie of this, and it stars Brad Pitt and Tom Cruise, and that is just an awesome movie, people. So yeah, I'm hoping to reread this and then watch the movie and do a book review on it. Book versus movie. So the next book I got was Exile by R.A.Salvatore, and it is the book 2 in the Dark Elfin trilogy in the Forgotten Realms series. Apparently it's part of the Dragonlance saga. I think Dungeons and Dragons and stuff. I'm not really sure, but I think I already have some of the other ones somewhere, cause that's how I remember his name. So that's the reason I picked it up, because I thought I had the first one, but I didn't have the second one or something. So for 10 cents, I thought to take a gamble on it. And so whenever I'm not feeling lazy, I'm going to go look at my shelves. So there we go. The next book that I got was Of Two Minds. And this is the cover. You gotta like that, because if you switch it down, it shows the other author. And yes, there's like a really big barcode thing. I'm going to try to get that off, but I'm going to read the back for you guys. If you wish to flee, create something of your own. Princess Lenora and Prince Corin are trapped in their own worlds. Lenora has the ability to make whatever she imagines real, but she is strictly forbidden to do this by her parents and the laws of her land. Prince Corin has the ability to read minds, but everyone else can read his mind, meaning he can rarely keep his thoughts to himself. Princess Lenora's parents want her to marry Prince Corin, but Lena has a better idea. She runs away, only to find Corin still by her side. Their thoughts and fates have intertwined. Together they must fight an evil tyrant and forge a future for themselves, where one spirit and of two minds. So that sounded really interesting. For 10 cents, I thought, yes, that is great. Pick it up. I also saw the sequel, More Minds, and that's how it looks. You do that. And then I guess there's 2 more in this series. So if these are really good, then I'm going to read them. The next book that I got was Princess Nevermore by Deanne Curtis Regan. I think I forgot to tell you who the other books were by. The other books were by Carol Mattis and Perry Hulim. Yeah, I hope I pronounced that right. But anyway, this one, I'm going to read the back. You're surrounded by magic. Princess Quinn has always known of her magic. After all, she has spent most of her free time with Melliker, and he is a wizard. His chambers are filled with curiosities, especially the wishing pool, the place where Quinn could look up and view the outer world, the place we call Earth. Quinn wants desperately to travel to outer Earth, to see the place where people drop coins into the pool and make wishes. And one day, quite by accident, Quinn gets her wish. Now she doesn't know if she will ever get home again. So that sounds interesting, more like a be careful what you wish for story. And so yeah, the next book that I got was The Deception Point by Dan Brown, and I've read his Angels and Demons and that other one, The Da Vinci Code, and yeah, and I have the movies up there, so I was looking for that. But yeah, and I really like those 2 books, and I have The Lost Symbol, and I still haven't finished reading it. I got it when it first came out, and I haven't read it yet, so I'm gonna get to that soon. But since I like his writing style, I decided to try this one, and so I'm gonna read what it's about. A shocking scientific discovery, a conspiracy of staggering brilliance, a thriller unlike any you've ever read. When NASA's satellite discovers an astonishing rare object buried deep in the Arctic ice, the floundering space agency proclaims a much-needed victory. A victory with profound implications for NASA policy in the impending presidential election. To verify the of the Fine, the White House calls upon the skills of intelligence analyst Rachel Sexton. Accompanied by a team of experts, including a charismatic scholar Michael Tolan, Rachel travels to the Arctic and uncovers the unthinkable evidence of scientific trickery, of bold deceptions that threaten to plunge the world into controversy. But before she can warn the president, Rachel and Michael are ambushed by a deadly team of assassins, fleeing for their lives across a desolate and lethal landscape. Their only hope for survival is to discover who is behind this masterful plot. The truth, they will learn, is the most shocking deception of all. Which just sounds awesome to me, so I can't wait to read it. And then, the next book that I got was The Bourne Identity by Robert Ludman, and most of you guys probably already, know about this movie. And I used to have these books, but I gave them away because I wasn't interested in reading them. But lately I've been thinking about rereading them, so I got the first one, and I actually like this cover better than I had the original covers, and they're okay, but I like looking at Matt Damon a whole lot more. I'm just saying, So for those of you who've never seen a Bourne Identity movie and don't know what it's about, I'm going to read the back real quick. Let's see. Okay, so this guy, he wakes up and he doesn't have any memory of who he is. And so he has to figure out why he's being chased and stuff like that. So there's kind of a survival for death kind of thing, and finding out your background, and it's all shady and stuff. So I like the movies, fairly good. I haven't seen the new one, which was the one with Jeremy Renner, but I really do want to. So I'm looking forward to this one. And then the next two books I got were not for me. I'm gonna put them on my giveaway shelf. So eventually, when I do a giveaway, like I promised, then these will be part of them. And the first one is The Stand by Stephen King. Yeah, everybody seems to be reading Stephen King lately, and this one is in good condition. And I'm gonna read the back. Epic terror to chill your dreams. June 16, 1985. That is when the horror began. The evil that started in the laboratory and took over America. Those who died quickly were the lucky ones. For the scattered survivors wandering through a country turned into a gigantic graveyard, life has become a nightmare struggle. They escaped death, but now something even more terrifying is waiting to claim them. The most fiendish force ever to seek all humanity as slaves and victims. A strange, faceless, clairvoyant figure that is reaching for their very souls. So that sounds interesting, so I decided to go ahead and get that because everyone seems to be wanting to read some Stephen King lately, so I thought that'd be good giveaway. And then I got another Stephen King book, which is called The Dark Half, and this one seems really interesting. Thad Beaumont would like to say he is innocent. He'd like to say he has nothing to do with the series of monstrous murderers that keep coming closer to his home. He'd like to say he has nothing to do with the twisted imagination that produces best-selling novels. He'd like to say he has nothing to do with the voice on the phone uttering its obscene threats and demanding total surrender. But how can Thad disown the ultimate embodiment of evil that goes by the nature he gave it and signs its crimes with Thad's bloody fingerprints? So that sounds really good. And this one's also in really good condition. So yeah, I will eventually do a giveaway sometime after January when I have all this extra money. Now the next book that I have is called Spellfire, and it is by Ed Greenwood, and this is how it looks. And it's fairly big, long novel like that, and it was in kind of good condition. And I almost passed it up. But then I picked it up and it sounds so interesting. I picked it up because it had Forgotten Realms, and I thought maybe it was another book in this, but no, it's by totally different people. I don't think it's in the same thing as the whole dragon thing, but I don't know. I'm gonna read the back. The fire that burns. It can lay low a dragon or heal a wounded warrior. It is the most sought after magical power in all of Faerun, and it is in that reluctant hands of Shadrell of High Moon, a young orphan kitchen lass. Now she's on the run from half of the evil sorcerers in the land, not to mention the relentless minions, but with the help of a handsome young wizard, some rough and tumble knights of myth, Draenor, and a certain old mage of Shadowdale, she just might manage to stay alive, at least until tomorrow. So that sounded really interesting. For 10 cents, I was just like, I'd give it a read, so there we go. And then the next book that I got, I spent the most on because it wasn't part of the library sale, but I'm going to show it to you guys anyway. It was just there's an author, and she had a booth, next to the library sale. You know, she's a local author, so I decided to go ahead and spend like $10 buying her book just to support a local author, and it sounded interesting. So it's called A Cherished Haven by Katie S. Cormier. And this is how it looks. And I like that picture of the house. Like that's so like some of the houses look here in the South. And I'm gonna read the back. After years of being away, Josephine Neiman returns to the only place she has ever thought of as home to escape an abusive ex-boyfriend. And an unexpected discovery leads her to wonder if she will ever be able to move beyond past unhealthy relationships, or if it will be the strings to those relationships that will ultimately keep her from having what she most wants. So that sounded interesting, and so I decided to go ahead and get it. And she also, you know, she signed it. So yeah, there we go. Thank you so much for the support. Happy reading. So that was good. And last but not least, what I got from the book sale. It's not the last one. There's another book floating around here, but I really have no idea where it's at. Like, seriously, I just like have piles of books and I have no idea where it's at, or if I put it on a shelf or something. So when I find it, I'll haul it. But it's by Orson Scott Card, so I'll find it eventually. But this is the last book that I have to show you, and it is One Day by David Nichols, and I was really excited to find this novel. It was like really worth it because I've been wanting to read it, and I own the movie, but I haven't seen it yet because I was just like, maybe I'll wait until I get a copy of the book. But I was on the fence, but now that I have a copy of the book, I'll try to read this one first, and I'm gonna just read the back. It's 1988, and Dexter Mayu and Emma Morley have only just met. But after only one day together, they cannot stop thinking about one another. Over 20 years, snapshots to that relationship are revealed on the same day, July 15th of each year. Dim and M face squabbles and fights, hopes and missed opportunities, laughters and tears. And as the true meaning of this one crucial day is revealed, they must come to grips with the nature of love and life itself. So this one, you know, it stars Anne Hathaway and Jim Sturgis. And I was really excited. And I actually like this cover better than the other cover I saw. So I'm really excited to have the movie cover in this case. So that's nice. And it looks like a fairly good read. And I heard really good things about the movie. And I didn't really hear many good anything about the book really. But looks like to find out. So yeah, basically I spent like $1 and something at the library sale when I bought all those books, and then I went and spent $10 on just like one book, but it was worth it. So you guys tell me if you have actually read any of these books or heard of any of these books before, if you are going to read them, if you read them, whether they were good or not, or if you're going to add some to your wish list. And I would really love to know what you guys thought about this, the book or the movie. I'd love to know. And that is it, and I will see you guys later because I went to the library sale again, and I will show you that in a later video. Bye.